When a Marine soldier courageously risked his life to rescue an orca from poachers, little did he imagine the profound gratitude the orca would show decades later. The story begins with a boy named Elliot, thrilled to explore the newly opened aquarium teeming with rescued sea creatures. His mother, Mrs. Woods, struggled to match his excitement, wondering if bringing him here was the right choice. It was Elliot's last week of summer break, and because he had been good, Mrs. Woods agreed to this special trip. She understood how much it meant to him. Inside the aquarium, Elliot's eyes widened with awe when he spotted Diana, a stunning black and white orca gliding gracefully in her tank. Instantly, Elliot felt a mysterious connection with Diana. Ignoring the rules, he gently placed his hand on the glass. Diana, curious, swam closer, and their eyes locked. The intensity of the moment made Elliot's heart race. Reluctantly, he withdrew his hand, eager to explore other exhibits before the orca show began. As Elliot walked away, Diana did something incredible. She opened her massive jaws, showing off her sharp teeth, and began emitting a series of clicks and whistles. Everyone nearby stopped to watch, amazed by the orca's attempt to communicate with Elliot. People quickly pulled out their phones to capture the moment. Elliot noticed Diana mirroring his movements, so he paused. Surprisingly, Diana stopped too, as if waiting for him to continue. Meanwhile, Mrs. Woods watched with tears in her eyes. The scene reminded her of a time 5 years ago, before Elliot was born, when her husband Jack was alive. Jack, a passionate marine biologist, had developed a special bond with Diana while studying orcas in their coastal hometown of Seabreeze. He dedicated his life to protecting these majestic creatures, especially Diana, who fearlessly approached his boat despite dangers from hunters. Over time, Diana and Jack's bond grew stronger. During one stormy night, Jack received news of an orca caught in a fisherman's net. Despite warnings to stay ashore, he rushed to her rescue. Jack managed to free Diana, but a sudden wave threatened to overwhelm him. Just in time, Diana intervened, giving Jack's team the opportunity to save him. Though injured, Jack recovered with the help of Diana and his team. After the rescue, Diana was taken to an aquarium for her safety, where trainers taught her basic behaviors to interact with humans. And when Mr. Woods recovered, he eagerly took his wife and their newborn baby Elliot to visit Diana once more. During this visit, Diana quickly formed a special bond with Elliot. Sadly, not long after, Mr. Woods suffered a fatal heart attack. Now, fate seemed to bring Elliot and Diana closer together once again after 7 years. As Mrs. Woods watched the orca's affectionate gestures towards her son, she realized Diana remembered Elliot, the boy whose father had rescued her. Despite her efforts to protect Elliot from the sea that had claimed her husband, destiny had reunited them. Seeing Diana welcome Elliot with such warmth, Mrs. Woods felt Jack's spirit nearby, offering her solace like a guardian angel. Rushing to the glass, Mrs. Woods hurried over to join Elliot, tears of pure joy streaming down her face. The park trainers initially moved to intervene, but the crowd's heartfelt protests halted them, recognizing the profound moment unfolding. Mrs. Woods then shared Diana's touching story, connecting their family with the remarkable bond between humans and nature, leaving everyone awestruck. When the orca show began, Elliot and Mrs. Woods were seated front and center. Diana, spotting her young friends, performed with boundless energy, filling the air with laughter and delight for Elliot. As the show ended, spectators marveled at the deep connection between the boy and the orca, spreading the heartwarming tale far and wide on social media. As they prepared to leave, Diana seemed to sense their impending departure, sending out a series of clicks and whistles that echoed like a farewell. Touched by the moment, Elliot gently touched Diana's nose and whispered, "Thank you for remembering me." He pledged to return to visit her on weekends and holidays, a promise Mrs. Woods wholeheartedly supported, determined not to separate them again. Their farewell was bittersweet, filled with both sadness and hope. Elliot felt he had rediscovered a lost connection, while Diana became a comforting presence once more, a protector and a friend. For Mrs. Woods, it was a deeply moving moment. Yet, Mrs. Woods couldn't shake her unease. Seeing Elliot and Diana grow closer, she feared history might repeat itself. Convinced she needed to escape painful memories, She moved when Elliot was just 4. Taking a job in a nearby town, they left Seabreeze behind. Diana felt the sadness of separation, knowing she wouldn't see Elliot again. Little did she know, Destiny had plans to reunite them once more. But before we go into more depth, don't forget to subscribe to The Wildlife Stories. We are aiming for 1,000 plus likes on this video, so be sure to like it. Let's continue the story. Destiny orchestrated a reunion 15 years later, bringing together 2 old friends in an unexpected twist of fate. Mrs. Woods had tried to keep Elliot away from marine life, fearing the risks it posed. Yet, Elliot's passion for the ocean only grew stronger over the years, leading him to become a marine veterinarian, the youngest in his team. Despite his mother's concerns, Elliot believed deeply in the importance of protecting marine animals like orcas. One day, Elliot's team received urgent news about an orca in Seabreeze's aquarium named Diana. She was critically ill, her condition worsening by the day. Elliot knew immediately that he had to go. As they arrived at the familiar aquarium, memories flooded back for Elliot. This was the place where his love for marine life had first blossomed, where he had first met Diana as a young boy. Elliot approached the aquarium staff, his heart racing with anticipation and worry. They confirmed that it was indeed Diana, the same orca he had befriended years ago. Diana had been rescued from poachers when she was just a calf, and she had formed a unique bond with Elliot during his visits as a child. Despite Diana's illness, Elliot was determined to help. He volunteered to dive into the aquarium to assess Diana's condition up close. As he descended into the water, equipped with his dive gear, Elliot felt a mixture of nerves and excitement. The underwater world enveloped him, and he could see Diana swimming gracefully despite her weakened state. Suddenly, tragedy struck. A large piece of glass, unnoticed in the murky depths, caused Elliot a serious injury. He struggled to stay conscious as he called out for help. Diana, sensing his distress, swam towards him with remarkable speed, despite her own frailty. With gentle nudges, she guided Elliot towards the surface where his team pulled him to safety. Back on dry land, Elliot recovered from his injury with gratitude in his heart for Diana's timely intervention. He realized that Diana had not only saved him physically, but had also brought him back to Seabreeze, the place where his passion for marine life had first taken root. As Diana received treatment and care from Elliot and his team, the bond between them deepened once more. Elliot spent hours by Diana's side, reminiscing about their childhood adventures together. He marveled at how Diana, despite her captivity, still retained her wild spirit and intelligence. News of Diana's recovery spread quickly through Seabreeze. The town rallied around her, eager to see their beloved orca back in good health. Elliot organized a special show for Diana once she was well enough to perform. The entire community gathered at the aquarium, children and adults alike, to witness Diana's majestic display of agility and grace. For Elliot, this reunion with Diana marked a turning point in his life. He realized that his destiny was intertwined with hers, that he had a responsibility to protect not just Diana, but all marine life. Inspired by Diana's resilience and the support of his hometown, Elliot made the decision to settle permanently in Seabreeze. In the years that followed, Elliot dedicated himself to marine conservation efforts. He worked tirelessly to raise awareness about the threats facing orcas and other marine animals. Diana became a symbol of hope and resilience, a testament to the enduring bond between humans and nature. Today, Elliot continues to advocate for marine conservation, sharing his story of friendship with Diana to inspire others to protect our oceans. And whenever he visits Diana at the aquarium, he is reminded of the power of destiny and the enduring connection between a boy and his childhood friend, the orca named Diana. So, what are your thoughts about this heart-touching story? Share your opinions in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on our new animal stories. Your support means the world to us.